The journey began in the year 2137, amidst the sprawling network of tunnels that crisscrossed beneath the Earth's surface. Dr. Alara Nova, renowned geologist and visionary scientist, led a daring expedition into the planet's core. Years of meticulous planning and groundbreaking technology had culminated in this moment, a chance to unravel the mysteries that lay hidden deep within. As our drilling apparatus breached the final layer of molten rock, a palpable sense of anticipation filled the air. The team held their breath as we descended into the heart of the Earth, guided by seismic readings that hinted at something extraordinary. And there it was, bathed in an ethereal glow that seemed to defy the laws of physics, the artifact. A crystalline structure, pulsating with a soft, luminescent light, greeted us from the depths. Its surface rippled with patterns that shifted and morphed like living organisms, yet bore the unmistakable mark of intelligent design. It was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, a relic of a civilization long extinct or perhaps thriving beyond our understanding. For days, we studied the artifact in awe and trepidation, documenting its every nuance and recording its emissions. Our instruments detected faint signals emanating from within, signals that defied analysis and whispered of secrets waiting to be unlocked. Little did we realize that with each passing moment, our discovery was echoing across the cosmos, reaching ears far more ancient and powerful than our own. The artifact, we soon discovered, was not inert but responsive to external stimuli. It reacted to our presence with subtle shifts in frequency, as if acknowledging our curiosity with a cautious curiosity of its own. What we didn't anticipate was the unintended consequence of our investigation, the signal that would ripple outward and ignite a chain of events that would alter the course of human history forever. As we prepared to share our findings with the world, unaware of the storm gathering on the horizon, little did we know that our actions had already set in motion a conflict that would test the very limits of human ingenuity and resilience. The artifact, it seemed, held the key to our future survival, and our greatest challenge yet lay ahead. The tranquility of our scientific expedition was shattered when the first signs of extraterrestrial presence emerged. It began with anomalous readings on our deep space scanners, indicating a fleet of unknown origin approaching Earth at unprecedented speeds. At first, we dismissed it as a glitch in our systems, a product of the artifact's influence on our technology. However, as the hours passed and more data poured in, the grim reality dawned upon us. We were not alone in our discovery. Dr. Alara Nova convened an emergency meeting with world leaders and leading scientists from across the globe. The implications of our findings were clear. The signal emitted by the artifact had reached beyond our solar system and attracted the attention of an advanced alien civilization. Speculations ran wild among the gathered minds, ranging from fears of hostile intent to hopes for benevolent contact. Yet, one consensus emerged amidst the chaos. Humanity stood on the precipice of its first contact with extraterrestrial life, and the outcome was far from certain. Days turned into weeks as the alien fleet, identified through telescopic observations as Valerian in origin, decelerated upon reaching the outskirts of our solar system. Their intentions remained unclear, hidden behind the impenetrable veil of space. Attempts at communication yielded no response, leaving us to speculate on the nature of their mission. Were they here to negotiate, to conquer, or to eradicate us as a perceived threat? The United Nations Security Council convened emergency sessions, grappling with the unprecedented challenge of formulating a unified response to an alien incursion. Nations put aside historical animosities and ideological differences, recognizing the existential threat posed by the Valerian presence. The world mobilized its military forces while simultaneously striving for diplomatic channels to establish contact with the enigmatic visitors. On Earth's surface, tension simmered beneath the facade of scientific curiosity and diplomatic posturing. Citizens worldwide grappled with fear and wonder in equal measure, glued to their screens as images of the approaching Volarian fleet dominated news cycles. Conspiracy theories and speculation flourished, fueling both anxiety and fascination with the unknown. Meanwhile, in the cavernous depths of the artifact's chamber, Dr. Alara Nova and her team intensified their efforts to decipher the relic's purpose. Every new revelation brought both hope and trepidation, for the artifact held the key not only to our understanding of the universe, but also to our survival in the face of an imminent alien threat. As the Volarian fleet drew nearer to Earth, the atmosphere crackled with anticipation and dread. Our planet, once a cradle of life and innovation, now found itself thrust onto the galactic stage, a pawn in a cosmic game whose rules remained a mystery. The stage was set for humanity's greatest test, a test of courage, intellect, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of an uncertain future. As the Volarian fleet continued its inexorable approach towards Earth, tension on our planet reached fever pitch. Every telescope and satellite trained on the heavens tracked their movements with an intensity bordering on obsession. The skies, once a canvas of stars and wonder, now harbored an ominous presence that cast a shadow over the aspirations of humanity. Governments around the world mobilized their armed forces, implementing emergency protocols and contingency plans devised in haste yet executed with grim determination. Military installations buzzed with activity as soldiers drilled relentlessly, preparing for the unknown enemy that loomed on the horizon. Weapons were readied, defenses bolstered, and alliances forged amidst the shared realization that Earth faced a threat unlike any before. In the halls of power, diplomatic envoys and emissaries worked tirelessly to establish communication with the Volarian fleet. Messages were broadcast into space in myriad languages, each one a beacon of hope that sought to bridge the vast divide between species. Yet, the silence from the other side persisted, a stark reminder of the inscrutable nature of our visitors' intentions. Meanwhile, public discourse oscillated between defiance and despair. Fear gripped the hearts of many, while others rallied under the banner of unity and resilience. The streets teemed with protests demanding transparency and answers from governments ill-equipped to provide either. Conspiracy theories flourished unchecked, weaving tales of clandestine alliances and secret pacts that further fueled the atmosphere of uncertainty. Amidst the chaos, Dr. Alara Nova and her team redoubled their efforts to unlock the mysteries of the artifact. The pulsating crystal, now the epicenter of global attention, revealed tantalizing clues about its creators and their enigmatic civilization. Each breakthrough brought us closer to understanding its purpose, yet every revelation seemed to deepen the mystery of why it had drawn the attention of the Volarian Empire in the first place. As days turned into weeks and the standoff in space continued unabated, a sense of inevitability settled over humanity. The looming specter of war cast a long shadow over our aspirations for a peaceful future, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about our place in the cosmos. Were we ready to defend our home against an adversary whose technology surpassed our own? Could diplomacy prevail where communication had failed? These questions echoed through the corridors of power and resonated in the hearts of every citizen. The world held its breath, poised on the brink of cataclysmic change. Our fate now intertwined with that of an alien empire whose intentions remained shrouded in mystery. The gathering storm of conflict loomed large, promising to reshape the course of history and determine the fate of Earth itself. As the Volarian fleet entered Earth's solar system, the world held its breath in anticipation of the inevitable. The alien ships, massive and formidable, spread across the expanse of space like a dark storm cloud obscuring the stars. Their arrival marked a turning point in human history, a moment when the unknown became tangible and the threat of conflict loomed large on the horizon. From their vantage point aboard the International Space Station, ISS, astronauts and cosmonauts witnessed the awe-inspiring sight of the Volarian Armada as it assumed strategic positions in orbit around Earth. Advanced scanners aboard the ISS monitored the alien fleet's movements, capturing data that would prove invaluable to Earth's defense efforts. The crew, isolated yet united in purpose, watched in silence as humanity's fate hung in the balance. On the ground, governments implemented stringent security measures and evacuation protocols in major population centers. Citizens were urged to remain calm yet vigilant, as the eerie silence from the Volarian ships continued to unnerve even the most stoic among us. Across the globe, emergency shelters filled with families seeking refuge from the impending storm of conflict, while others chose to remain defiant in the face of uncertainty. In laboratories and research facilities, scientists raced against time to decipher the intricacies of the artifact's technology. Dr. Alera Nova and her team worked tirelessly, analyzing every facet of the pulsating crystal in the hope of unlocking its secrets before it was too late. Each revelation brought us closer to understanding the artifact's purpose and its connection to the Volarian Empire, yet fundamental questions remained unanswered. Diplomatic efforts, spearheaded by the United Nations and prominent world leaders, intensified in a last-ditch attempt to establish communication with the Volarian High Command. Messages of peace and cooperation were transmitted across the void of space, carrying with them the fragile hope of averting catastrophe. Yet, with each passing day, the silence from the alien fleet grew deafening, leaving us to wonder whether our pleas had fallen on deaf ears. As tensions reached a boiling point and the world teetered on the brink of war, voices of dissent and dissenting voices grew louder. Some advocated for a preemptive strike against the Volarian fleet, citing the need to protect Earth at all costs. Others called for patience and restraint, arguing that diplomacy offered the only viable path to a peaceful resolution. In the midst of uncertainty and fear, humanity stood united in its resolve to defend its home planet against an existential threat from beyond the stars. The fate of Earth now rested on a knife's edge, poised between the promise of discovery and the specter of annihilation. Our journey into the unknown had only just begun, with the true test of our courage and ingenuity yet to come. The moment of reckoning arrived with the suddenness of a thunderclap, shattering the fragile peace that had hung over Earth like a veil. Without warning, the Volarian fleet launched a coordinated assault on key strategic locations across the globe. From the skies above major cities to remote military installations, their advanced weaponry unleashed devastation on an unprecedented scale. Cities burned under the onslaught of Volarian energy beams that cut through defenses like paper. Skyscrapers crumbled, and the once bustling streets were transformed into scenes of chaos and despair. Civilians scrambled for cover as sirens wailed, their lives upended in an instant by forces beyond their comprehension. On the front lines, Earth's defenders mounted a valiant resistance against the alien invaders. Fighter jets streaked across the sky, engaging in dogfights with Volarian spacecraft that moved with an agility and precision that defied human understanding. Ground forces, armed with cutting-edge technology reverse-engineered from the artifact, fought tooth and nail to repel the Volarian incursion. Dr. Alera Nova and her team found themselves thrust into the heart of the conflict as they struggled to protect the artifact from falling into enemy hands. The artifact, now recognized as a pivotal asset in Earth's defense, emitted waves of energy that resonated with the planet itself. Its power, untapped and volatile, held the potential to turn the tide of battle in humanity's favor, if only they could unlock its full potential. Amidst the chaos of war, alliances forged in desperation began to take shape. Nations once divided by borders and ideologies set aside their differences to form a united front against the Volarian onslaught. Military strategists coordinated joint operations, pooling resources and expertise in a bid to regain the upper hand. Yet, for every victory won on the battlefield, the cost in lives and resources mounted. The toll of war weighed heavily on the hearts and minds of those who fought and those who waited anxiously for news of their loved ones. Each day brought fresh challenges and sacrifices, testing the limits of human endurance and resolve. As the conflict raged on, hope flickered like a candle in the storm. The fate of Earth hung in the balance, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a species unwilling to surrender to the forces of darkness. The battle for Earth had begun, and its outcome would shape the destiny of humanity for generations to come. In the midst of the chaos and devastation wrought by the Volarian invasion, humanity's spirit of resilience and defiance burned bright. Despite the overwhelming odds stacked against them, Earth's defenders refused to yield, finding courage in the face of adversity and unity amidst the ruins. Across continents ravaged by war, pockets of resistance emerged, fueled by the unwavering determination to reclaim their homes and their future. Guerrilla fighters struck from the shadows, utilizing guerrilla tactics and ingenuity to harass Volarian forces and disrupt their supply lines. Every act of sabotage and defiance became a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream of a world free from alien tyranny. In urban centers reduced to rubble, civilians banded together to form makeshift shelters and aid stations, offering sanctuary to the wounded and displaced. Doctors and volunteers worked tirelessly to tend to the injured, their actions a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable suffering. On the diplomatic front, emissaries continued to seek avenues for negotiation with the Volarian High Command, despite the apparent futility of their efforts. Messages of peace and reconciliation were broadcast across the cosmos, pleading for an end to the bloodshed and a path towards coexistence. Yet, the silence from the alien invaders remained deafening, leaving humanity to confront the grim reality of a war without end. Dr. Alera Nova and her team redoubled their efforts to harness the power of the artifact, their research now focused on unlocking its potential as a weapon of unprecedented magnitude. The artifact's energy pulses resonated with the Earth itself, offering glimpses of untapped power that could tip the scales in humanity's favor. Every breakthrough brought renewed hope that salvation lay within their grasp, if only they could decipher the artifact's secrets in time. As the conflict entered its darkest hours, alliances forged in the crucible of war began to bear fruit. Nations pooled their resources and expertise, coordinating joint operations and sharing intelligence in a collective effort to turn the tide against the Volarian invaders. The unity born of necessity transcended borders and ideologies, forging bonds that would endure long after the scars of war had faded. Yet, for all their resilience and determination, humanity faced an enemy whose technological prowess and military might seemed insurmountable. The Volarian fleet continued to press their advantage, their relentless assault pushing Earth's defenders to the brink of exhaustion. Each battle fought brought with it the sobering realization that victory, if it came at all, would come at a staggering cost. In the echoing chambers of war-torn cities and besieged strongholds, the echoes of defiance rang clear. Humanity, battered but unbroken, stood united against a foe who sought to bend our will and extinguish our spirit. The struggle for survival had become a testament to the strength and resilience of a species determined to right its own destiny, no matter the odds. As the war with the Volarian invaders raged on, the necessity of unity among humanity became more apparent than ever before. Despite initial divisions and geopolitical rivalries, nations set aside their differences to form a fragile yet formidable alliance against the common threat. The United Nations Security Council, bolstered by unprecedented cooperation, established a unified command structure to coordinate Earth's defense efforts. Military leaders from around the world pooled their resources and expertise, devising strategies to exploit weaknesses in the Volarian fleet's formations and technology. Intelligence agencies worked tirelessly to gather vital information about enemy movements and capabilities, providing crucial insights that inform tactical decisions on the battlefield. Amidst the chaos of war, diplomatic channels remained open in a desperate bid to seek a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Emissaries continued to broadcast messages of peace and cooperation towards the Volarian High Command, hoping against hope that reason would prevail over blind aggression. Yet, the silence from the alien invaders persisted, leaving humanity to confront the grim reality that victory may only be achieved through force of arms. Dr. Alera Nova and her team continued their research into the artifact, their efforts now focused on understanding its potential as a catalyst for Earth's salvation. The artifact's energy pulses, once a mystery shrouded in uncertainty, began to reveal patterns that hinted at a deeper connection to the planet's natural forces. Harnessing its power became not just a matter of scientific curiosity, but a beacon of hope that promised to turn the tide of war in humanity's favor. On the front lines, Earth's defenders fought with unparalleled courage and determination, drawing strength from the solidarity of their shared struggle. Cities once reduced to rubble began to rebuild amidst the chaos, their inhabitants refusing to surrender to despair. Humanitarian aid flowed into war-torn regions, offering a lifeline to those displaced by the conflict and demonstrating the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Yet, for all the progress made, the Volarian invasion continued to exact a heavy toll on Earth's resources and morale. Each day brought fresh challenges and sacrifices, testing the limits of human endurance and resolve. The fragility of the alliance, born of necessity and forged in the crucible of war, hung in the balance as humanity braced itself for the decisive battles that would determine the fate of our world. As the conflict entered its most critical phase, the alliance stood united in its determination to defend Earth at all costs. The echoes of defiance that had reverberated through the darkest hours of war now rang louder than ever, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a species unwilling to surrender to the forces of darkness. The fate of Earth now rested on the shoulders of those who dared to hope and to fight for a future free from tyranny and fear. As the conflict between Earth and the Volarian Empire reached its crescendo, both sides prepared for the ultimate showdown that would decide the fate of humanity and the future of the cosmos. On Earth, cities scarred by war stood as testaments to the resilience and determination of its people. Amidst the ruins, makeshift fortifications and defensive perimeters were erected, manned by soldiers who had become symbols of defiance against the encroaching darkness. Every inch of ground was fiercely contested, every battle a struggle for survival against an enemy bent on domination. In the skies above, Earth's combined air forces engaged in desperate aerial dogfights with Volarian spacecraft, the clash of technology and willpower echoing across the heavens. Advanced weaponry and tactics born of necessity pushed the limits of human ingenuity, leveling the playing field against an adversary whose superiority seemed insurmountable. Dr. Alera Nova and her team, amidst the chaos of battle, made their final breakthrough with the artifact. Through tireless experimentation and collaboration with Earth's brightest minds, they unlocked the artifact's full potential, a cataclysmic surge of energy that resonated with the planet itself. The artifact's power surged forth like a beacon of hope, unleashing a torrent of energy that turned the tide of battle in humanity's favor. The Volarian fleet, caught off guard by the sudden surge of Earth's defenses, faltered under the onslaught of newfound strength. Their once impenetrable formations shattered, their warships disabled by Earth's counteroffensive. Desperate and outnumbered, the Volarian forces found themselves on the defensive for the first time since their invasion began. Amidst the chaos of battle, a pivotal moment of decision emerged. Earth's leaders, united in their determination to protect their home planet, extended a final offer of peace to the Volarian High Command. Messages of reconciliation and cooperation echoed across the void of space, carrying with them the fragile hope of a ceasefire and a path towards mutual understanding. In a stunning turn of events, the Volarian High Command, faced with the prospect of continued conflict and mounting casualties, reluctantly accepted Earth's offer of peace. The war that had threatened to consume both worlds came to an abrupt end, marking a turning point in the annals of galactic history. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded, humanity emerged victorious yet humbled by the cost of war. Cities scarred by conflict began the long process of reconstruction, their inhabitants united in the shared endeavor to rebuild and heal. Diplomatic efforts resumed in earnest, forging new alliances and laying the groundwork for a future marked by cooperation and understanding among the stars. The artifact, now recognized as a symbol of humanity's resilience and determination, remained under the careful watch of Dr. Alera Nova and her team. Its secrets, once a source of fear and uncertainty, now held the promise of a brighter future for Earth and its place in the universe. And so, with the echoes of war fading into memory, humanity embarked on a new chapter of exploration and discovery. The lessons learned from the conflict with the Volarian Empire would shape our collective destiny, reminding us of the strength found in unity, the power of perseverance, and the enduring spirit of hope that binds us all.